I've walked in on you lately in your office, and you have like the like 2 hour long unedited police interview of some woman who killed her family. I'm like, this is what you're watching?
You're exposing me.
Exposed.
There's this channel, I think it's called like JSC Criminal Psychology. I don't know, like something like that. And I've watched every single episode that they put out, and it's like an hour to 2 hour long episodes of a narrator just talking about a case. And the case is presented pretty like straightforward. It's not fully edited. It's just like live, well, not live, but pre-recorded interviews of the suspect, like from the police station. Yeah. And I just really enjoy that.
No, I mean, you're not alone. True crime is a huge popular topic.
But I don't watch true crime presented by someone in like a salacious way with a clickbait title, thumbnail, that like I'm actually not into that at all. Okay. I prefer to watch from the criminal psychology standpoint, where they just kind of like give you the highlights of like what the investigator is doing and why, just show exactly what happened in the court without like really commenting on like he should have been guilty. Like I don't want that stuff.
That's an interesting conversation. I'm not sure if people are interested in this. We could do like a true crime podcast potentially, but
if we did that, would we not just be proving my point? Like I don't like using that topic as click me, hear about crime, ooh, scary. Like I actually don't like that.
It's not just that. I hear what you're saying. For me, it's the victims. It's the family of the victims. I always think like, what would they think listening to this podcast, right? Because some of them are pretty. Like, I understand there's a reason to like get into the details, but you're right. When it's just like this salacious, like, listen to the details of how someone was like brutally murdered. Like, what is...
Or about how someone, quote unquote, got away with it, right? So there's a lot of true crime stories about Casey Anthony, and people will talk about how she got away with it and how that happened and her partying. And I think that like all of that is just not helpful to the victim, or well, it was her kid, but the family surrounding that in that case, like they don't want to hear that kind of stuff. Like I just think it's not good.
Yeah. I don't know. The idea of people profiting off of telling stories of other people's misfortune and victimization, there is a conversation worth having about that. And some of the most high profile true crime series or podcasts, I think, have creatively framed the cases in a way that clearly serves them being a more interesting narrative, even if it's not exactly accurate, right? And I don't want to... this is true of a lot of them, like Making a Murderer left out a ton of stuff to make the guy who was, I guess, falsely accused seem more sympathetic, but like left out like serious allegations against him with... Anyway, I don't want to get into it too much.
No,
but
you're
like,
right. You can kind of craft the story yourself and leave things out if you're right. So, okay, how do we get here?
Oh, Cristine watches interviews of criminals on YouTube. If you have any good crime recommendations for Cristine,
please
drop
leave them down
the
below. I love them in a YouTube format. I guess I'm just so used to throwing stuff up on YouTube, and I'm a little bit visual. I like to watch, even if it's passively, but I prefer not the more sensationalized version of it. Like I like the more objective, like the narrator's barely there kind of thing.